Hi, good afternoon. I'm Raleigh Brown, and this is Curve Flattening Concert number 735. Been going for 5 years and 2 months. There's sirens going on outside. It's a really raw, cold day. It's high of 55 today here, and kind of semi-rainy. Brr. It's not the way it's supposed to be in the middle of May. So I see a bunch of friends stopping in. Slim Edelman, Charlie Bryant, Pam Zappardino, Johnson Hogg, Deb Leiby Clark, and Mike Verbick so far. And there's probably even more. And we can clink with even this small group of people. We may clink with the Clinkophonic mug. It says clink right on it. And it was a gift from Ann Mintz a couple years ago, and I am compelled to use it for these concerts. And Dave Mason is here from Scotland. I see Kathy Marsick is here. And Jay Dusenberry, I haven't seen you in a while. And Connie Adams is on YouTube because Facebook suspended her account. What did you do, young lady? Maybe you said something that could be construed as progressive. That could do it. Anyhow, I'm sorry that they suspended your account. Carol Pred's here too. She says bonjour tout le monde. And Okay, that's everybody. Slim Edelman says he's drinking ice water today. It could hit 100. Well, you may double the temperature here if you keep going at it like that. So I do have a Charlie picture. An unusual Charlie picture. I took a bunch of pictures as Charlie every morning. If we get up early enough, which I usually do because he wakes me up, we go to the park in time to see his good friends Doug and Debbie. And what happens is when Doug and Debbie are way down the way and he sees them, there's no other dogs around, so he won't get in a fight. I let him off lead, and he sprints to see Doug and Debbie. Sometimes when Maxie's around, Rick's out of town right now, so Maxie isn't here the next couple of days. Maxie races him, and Charlie sometimes lets her win, but mostly he just stomps her, And then he runs up to Doug and Debbie, and they pet him, and then he runs back, and then I give him a treat, and then he runs back. So he gets in his wind sprints, and then we walk around to the other side of the park. Doug and Debbie are going clockwise, and we're going counterclockwise. And he does it all over again. He does it a second time. So this is a picture of him taken this morning. He has already run to Doug and Debbie. He ran to them when they were way back by the farthest bench, which is to the right of Doug there. And then he runs all the way back to me. He's in the midst of doing that with a big happy smile on his face. And then he runs back to Doug and Debbie, and usually 2 or 3 times by the time we meet. In the background there, to just off of Debbie's shoulder, you can see a bench, and behind that you can see a bench that's facing this way. You can't. The resolution isn't good enough to see it, but that's the Janice McKenzie bench. So there's a lot of stuff in this picture. Doug and Debbie are there. I don't know if they wanted to be seen on YouTube, but they might as well be pixelated for all the chance you'd have of recognizing who they are. Anyhow, that's the photo for today, and we will put it back in the little photo album. And I see some more people have checked in. Amy Roach is here, and Cliff Brown up in New Hampshire, and Warren Bendler and Janelle, and Jim Greco, and I saw David Arthur Radcliffe. So hello to all of you. I'm opening up today, so we've seen Charlie and we've clonked. I'm opening up today with a song by John Sebastian, and I first heard this song at Woodstock. I was sitting in the mud, and the story, as I heard it later, is that John Sebastian was there, and he wasn't scheduled. He wasn't on the schedule or anything, but it was the middle of the afternoon, and they needed an acoustic act to go up on stage and just kind of keep the music going while they prepared the next electric act. And so, somebody lent him a guitar. I think he's playing a Harmony Sovereign, if you see the pictures of it. And he went up on stage and he sang this song. And to me, this song epitomizes our whole generation, the whole Woodstock generation. Hang on, I just realized I have a noisy coffee thing going. So I'll be right back. I'll keep talking. You might hear me, you might not. But my coffee maker stays warm for a while, but it continues to reheat itself. So, it's kind of metaphoric song, and it's also a very specific song, and it addresses the issue of immigration and the issue of compassion and empathy, all of which my generation was really down with. So here it is. How have you been, my darling young children, while I have been away in the West? Though we are strangers, I feel like I know you by the way that you greet me and offer to feed me and eagerly ask if I'll stay for a rest. So sit yourselves down in a pile here before me. I wish I had presents for each of your smiles, but I have been traveling without much to carry. Just a beat-up guitar case with tape on the side, a bag and a few signs to help me get right. But here are some beats from the throat of a princess who lived in the time of 200 BC. So keep them and wear them, be sure that you share them, 'cause I give them in the hopes that you someday will be as lovely as the lady who gave them to me. And here is a strange European guitar string. Found it on the floor of a club in Marseille. It's fat for a third string, but skinny for the fourth string. But I kept it in the hopes I might use it someday. Ain't it funny how people just keep things that way? Here is a turtle from the Long Island Expressway. He says that his home has been covered in tar. They were building the Long Island Expressway at this time. So I gave him a ride on the back of my suitcase. And he says that he'd like to live here in your yard. At long last his life won't be so hard. So how have you been, my darling young children, while I have been away in the West? Though we are strangers, I feel like I know you by the way that you greet me and offer to feed me and eagerly ask if I'll stay for a rest. By the way that you greet me and offer to feed me, and eagerly ask if I'll stay for a rest. How Have You Been by John Sebastian. And I see, let's see who else is here. Ellen O'Brien is here, and Aisling Bain, and Kit Serikaku, and Keith Shaw. Keith Shaw, I see you. Don't say, don't you see me? Am I invisible? And Barry Levin. Hi, Barry. Good to see you here. And Jim Moore, my dear friend. And I think we already said hi to Mike Verbick and Jim Greco, and I think that takes us up to where we were. So I think I've said hi to everybody I can say hi to. And next up, I thought it'd be a nice day for a Bob Dylan song. It's always a nice day for a Bob Dylan song. And this is among my many favorite Bob Dylan songs, especially my many favorite early Bob Dylan songs. So. Well, perhaps it's the color of the sun cut flat and a covering these crossroads I'm standing at. Or maybe it's the weather or something like that. But Mama, you've been on my mind. I don't mean trouble, please don't put me down or get upset. I am not pleading or saying that I can't forget you. I do not walk the floor, bow down and bent, but yet, Mama, you're just on my mind. And although my eyes are hazy and my vision may be narrow, where you've been don't bother me or bring me down in sorrow. I don't even care who you'll be waking with tomorrow. Mama, you're just on my mind. And I'm not asking you to say words like yes and no. I am not pleading. I have no place for you to go. I'm just whispering to myself, pretending not that I don't know that, Mama, you've been on my mind. When you wake up in the morning, honey, look inside your mirror. Oh, you know I won't be next to you. You know I won't be near you. I'd just be curious to know if you could see yourself as clear as someone who has had you on his mind. Had you on his mind. Bob Dylan, Mama, You've Been on My Mind. Love that song. So it's announcement time, and the announcements include saying hello to the Invisibles. And the Invisibles might include Mario Pru, who built this gorgeous guitar, one of my favorite guitars. And also George Young of Winter Garden, Florida, and maybe Judith Fox, maybe Joel Biget over there in France. And like that. So that is the Invisibles. There is, as always, a PayPal link right there and a Venmo link if you'd like to contribute something to the Charlie the Dog official veterinary dog sitting training damage repair fund for the things he destroys. And then there are the guitars of the day. And as I said, this is the Mario Pru RBL00, or RB for Raleigh Brown, LOO, because it's basically the same kind of design as my old Gibson, with a bunch of little hot-rodded tweaks that not noticeable by the average person. So, wonderful guitar. And then I will also be using the Martin OM18, which is right there. It will be along for the last song. And like that, those are my guitars for today. My schedule, boy, if you were in the Philly area and you didn't come out to hear us in Phoenixville with Girls from Mars, you missed a really great night. Those guys are so good. Go on YouTube and look up The Day I Learned French by Girls from Mars. It was written by a woman out on the West Coast, but it's an incredibly cool song. And I'm almost thinking it's more of a girl song, but I'm almost thinking I might try to sing it at some point. And they just kill it. They just do a magnificent job. And then last night, Lauren Jansen, who's one of the three Girls from Mars, got married right near here. So we had a big fete, a big party, and they actually kind of sang their vows to each other because they live. Lauren lives in Santa Fe, and she met her husband, who's named Martin Adair. She met him through music out there, and they sang together, and that's how the romance grew. And so they kind of sang this song, which was like singing their vows with the band behind them. It was really great. It was so cool. So there was that. Anyhow, that gig is no longer on the calendar because it's over. But in June 8th through 13th, I will be in Maryville, Tennessee for Steve Kaufman's acoustic camp, which has many different instruments, and I'll be teaching fingerstyle guitar. I'll be concentrating on the Reverend Gary Davis and ragtime blues guitar this year. The 8th through the 13th in June. And then on the 27th through the 29th, I will be in Altamont, New York, playing backup guitar for Magpie at the Old Songs Festival, which also will feature a bunch of our friends. And then I'll be at Sam W. July 13th through 19th. And like that, it should be a great summer for me with all these things, if my hands and my brain hold up. And then there's the schedule I'm on right now. Last week on Thursday, Helen Avakian and David Irwin came and visited me, and we had a really lovely lunch and a great time together. Unfortunately, too short, but other than that, it was great. And then they went and did a show that evening, their Thursday evening show, over in Lansdale, but I couldn't do it because I teach Tai Chi on Thursday nights. Then on Friday, Slim is doing his show, and I saw what the topic was, Slim, and I've forgotten. So if you want to announce it here, do that. He'll be on at 3:30 Eastern Time, and Bunny is doing her forfer at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. And on Saturday, Warren will be doing his show, Warren Bendler, at 3 p.m., and I noticed on his schedule that my name appears. I'm not sure what he's doing with mine, but I always appreciated when somebody likes one of my songs enough to cover it. And he had a bunch of other great names on there, too. I think Alex might have been on there, Alex Bevan. And then I will be back on Sunday morning with my usual request show. And I think that's all of the announcements. And now let me fortify myself with a little bit more coffee. and then onward. And tonight, I'm not sure if there are any seats left, but again, if you're in the Philly area, Ann Mintz is having a Wednesday night house concert with one of the world's premier Celtic fiddle players, Frankie Gavin, who played in, I think he played in Clannad or one of those really big Irish groups that were huge success during the 70s and 80s. And he is a revered Irish fiddle player, and I'm actually going to leave. I've left Charlie alone so many evenings between the Girls from Mars rehearsals and stuff, but I have to go one more time. I have to go down and hear Frankie Gavin. So if you're around, I think there's still maybe a couple seats left for that. And Slim says his show is Music Taking You Around the World. So that'll be on Thursday at 3:30 Eastern Time. And so the instrumental for today, Holly, a name suspiciously close to my own, but not my own, and written by one of my guitar heroes, Steve Mann. So here we go with Holly. So that's Holly by the great Steve Mann. And we're going to set that guitar there. Charlie is stretching, which means he's stretching on my camera tripod. So we may have to bring the camera in a little closer to finish off today. Oh, he's moved now. Hang on. There. My boy. All right. So one more song for you. And I haven't looked to see if anybody else checked in, so let me do that. I said hi to you, I said hi to you, I said hi to you. Linda Worster, Denny Oliver out there in Kent. I see there's a lot of comments. I will be able to listen to them and read them after the show is over, but I can't right now. Michael Miller's here from North Carolina. Coffee trying to make a comeback. I think I said hi to everybody. So that's good. I've done my due diligence. So this is a song, speaking of Ohio, of Kent. So Denny Oliver, if he wanted to, could go to the corner of Brady and DePeyster Streets in Kent. And there's a big old White House there on the corner away from downtown and away from Water Street. So it's on the northeast corner, I guess that is. And I called that house the Brady Street Hotel, and that's where we lived the summer after the shootings at Kent, while we were all trying to figure out what we were going to do with our lives. And try to recover a sense of joy. Ring the golden bells of laughter, ring 'em loud. Ring the chimes of music. The silence hangs here like a shroud. Checking out of the Brady Street Hotel. You know, these empty rooms have served us well. And pictures just keep drifting through my head, happiness and sadness, the warm hours spent just talking in your bed. Checking out of the Brady Street Hotel. You know, these empty rooms have served us well. Well, we came here for the summer, and now it's fall. Through the parties and the madness, you know, these rooms just smiled upon it all. And now no more the golden tolling bell. The time has come to bid this home farewell. So ring the golden bells of laughter, ring 'em loud, ring the silver bells of music. The silence, it hangs here like a shroud. Checking out of the Brady Street Hotel. Brady Street Hotel. So I thank you all for joining me. It is always good to see you here, and especially on a crappy day like today, and Charlie not having his little girlfriend in town because, well, she's in town, but her owner had a work trip. And I will hope to see you again on Sunday. In the meantime, there's a lot of good music coming up, You got your Helen and David, you got your Slim Edelman, you got your Bunny Barnes, you got your Warren Bendler, and there's probably other stuff if you look around for it. Who knew? So, and I'll be back on Sunday. I hope to see some of you then, and much love to you all. Bye bye.